Call to order the Tuesday, January 7th, 2020 meeting of the Commissioners. Let's stand for the pledge and remain standing for a prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, I pray that you guide us always, satisfy needs that need to be met during this meeting. Strengthen us as we make our decisions to serve our community. I pray that we'll be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. I pray that we will be fruitful to do your will. Father, please guide us so that this meeting can be productive and we can be effective. I also thank you for all your blessings in our healthy lives. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now proceed to the election of officers. First is President, County Commissioners. Nominations are now open. Do I have any nominations?
I'd like to nominate Andy Castelny, please, as president.
Okay, we have that nomination. Andy Castelny as president. Any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations are now closed. We'll proceed with a vote. All in favor of Castelny being president of the County Commissioners signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Mr. Castelny, the meeting is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hammond. All right, next up we have the Office of Vice President. I'll now open up nominations. I'll nominate Dr. Deborah Fleming.
I'll submit.
Are there any nominations? Here, we'll close the nominations. All those in favor of appointing Dr. Deborah Fleming to the position of Vice President of the Board of Commissioners signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes 2-1. Before we go any further, if we could, thank you, please have a moment of silence. Mayor Bob Buter passed away last week, and I can't think of anyone more instrumental in just all the successes that we're having here in St. Joseph County than Mayor Bob. So please, brief moment of silence. Thank you. All right, further business. Opening reading of bids. Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth, RNS 91901D2 Community Crossing Matching Grant Means Asphalt Overlay Program.
I actually have a question for the county attorney prior to.
Come on up.
God bless.
I will go ahead and read the bid as is. We just noted and see technical irregularity.
Work's never done.
24/7 accounting.
Did your mom warn you about that?
Good morning, Jess Clark, county engineer with offices in the Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth on the 4th, 7th, and 11th floors. We have the bid opening for RNS 91901D2. We received 3 bids. The first being Niblock Excavating of Bristol, Indiana, in the amount of $2,697,740.35. Bid from Walsh and Kelly of South Bend, Indiana, of $2,380,000. And a bid from Reith Riley Construction Company from South Bend, Indiana, $2,146,000. I will note that on bid submitted by Reith Riley, it used a proposal form dated 1/3/2020. The other 2 contractors used the proposal form as revised dated 1/6/2020. So we'll need to review those and recommend that you do accept all bids submitted, and then we will review and provide a recommendation at a later date. I would also ask, were there any bids submitted that not read aloud? Hearing none.
Physically accept.
Yes.
Any questions or comments? Your motion.
Motion to accept these bids?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to reports and requests, Board of Commissioners. First item is the accounts payable docket. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the accounts payable docket?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next up, we have depart and board appointments for 2020. I don't believe anything has changed from 2018. So are there any questions or comments regarding these? Is there a motion?
I would have a motion to approve these department appointments, moving forward with that.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes.
So point of clarity, was there correction made on the river basin?
It still lists Dave, I think Marie was going to, but he got called out of the office. So we'll verify whoever that's supposed to be.
Yeah,
Get
whoever
that-
is the drainage board appointee is.
We'll get that cleaned
So that
up.
would need to be amended.
Okay. Next.
Oh, and also for clarification, we don't actually appoint you to the NICD board. The governor appoints you to the NICD board.
That's correct now. Yes, that is correct.
Right.
So next we have Sender and Company Service Agreement. So I think this is, Mike, and this is done in conjunction, I think, with your office as well as the council as well. And Sender provides financial services to the county in a variety of different levels. Counselor?
I've reviewed this agreement consistent with agreements in years past that include comments that we had when we first started doing this with Senator and Company.
Any questions?
I was over to concur that the scope of work that he's promising to provide.
Any questions or comments? Mr. Thomas?
It certainly seems that Mr. Dalton's work is appreciated and valuable to government in making decisions. So, and I would say not to exceed $75,000. I'd support it.
Any other quick comments?
Well, I just think that he's really doing a nice job helping us, move forward in the right direction with our economy or financial situation. So I'm glad he's doing that. So thank you.
One comment.
Please state your name and address.
Mike Hammond, County Auditor with offices on the second floor. The thing that we might have to keep in mind is that we have no idea what's going to happen with Mr. Murphy's health. It's still up in the air. He's going to be going down up to Ann Arbor Clinic for a week or so to see see if he can seek some healing there. So we might be in a spot where we may have to rely on him more and have to revisit this contract potentially. God forbid, but we don't know. So I just want to make that clear.
Rightfully so, thank you for the footnote.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the Sender and Company Service Agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have an agreement by St. Joseph County allowing U Township and/or Union North Ambulance Service, Inc. to install repeat equipment.
Peter J. Astino, Deputy County Attorney, offices at 131 South Taylor Street. This is an agreement that I prepared a while back and felt the cracks a bit along the way, but it allows Union North Ambulance to have a repeater on a tower that is installed down in, owned by the county in U Township. And they've agreed to pay for the expenses, indemnify the county with respect to it. And state law does allow us to allow them to do this without having to charge rent. So, and I think there's representatives here from Union North as well, if you have any questions.
Are there in fact any questions? Commissioner Thomas?
I would say this is a very critical piece for all the safety of everybody in that region county. And it's its only comments on the interlocal government cooperation to let them use the access at their cost, not at our cost. And so thank you, Counselor, for getting this ahead. I think it's taken quite a while because the repeater's been down quite a while.
It has, and I apologize for my end, because I was part of the reason the delay, so.
I agree too. I'm glad that we're getting this moving forward. Thank you so much.
There are no more questions or comments. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve this agreement with the Union Township.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Right, next we have we have regional water and sewer district appointments. Council, can we handle both of these at the same time?
You can.
All right, I will now open up nominations.
I'd like to nominate Roger, how do you pronounce his name? Nowrat?
No,
Nowrat? Oh, Nowrat, okay. And Sika Clark.
second.
We have motions. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I will close nominations. All those of appointing and or reappointing Jess Clark and Roger Narwat to the Regional Water and Sewer District Board, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, infrastructure and growth, the consent agenda. I will note, we've got irrevocable letter of credit for Boulder Bay subdivision, the Farms subdivision, New Prairie Canals subdivision, section 1, first replat, phase 3 and phase 4, a irrevocable letter of credit cash-in Stone Oak Farm subdivision, a surety cash-in of Westwood Canals subdivision. Any questions or comments regarding any of these items? Commissioner Thomas.
Madam Engineer? Thank you and your staff for, your constant diligency. So many things running through your office and your staff. And here's obviously 7 bonds to make sure we cash in timely for making sure that our public is protected. Any work that needs to be completed. I guess with the recent problem, problem is for lack of a better word, we could come up with certainly better words, the death of the family and the children at that bond in Mishawaka. But these things could help protect people, these cashing in these bonds. I don't know exactly what every issue is, dollars, but when it comes to retention, I hope that I'm sure everybody is going to provide rules and regulations. I would think that if there's ever a street or a road coming perpendicular to the water retention, that there be some kind of requirement, that there be some kind of guardrail or something. And if there is anything like that, please hope in this and all, please make sure that's a priority. So, thank you for keeping an eye on this. Do you know off the top of your head, I know it was a planned question, but are there any county ordinances that require guardrail around retention ponds?
We have requirements and guidelines for drainage standards that also pertain to retention basins. And when it comes to specific safety features, that is evaluated on a case-by-case, site-specific type basis. And those factors are usually determined as deemed necessary by the county engineer.
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve this consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have request approval of uniform conflict interest disclosure statement for Ms. Jessica Clark.
Jessica Again, County Engineer with offices for infrastructure planning growth on 4th, 7th, and 11th floors. This is the annual disclosure statement that is required for me to file with the state of Indiana. Just again, outlining the fact of my husband is also a civil engineer employed in a local engineering firm here. So it is just an annual requirement that we have been doing.
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
motion to approve this uniform conflict of interest disclosure statement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next, request approval of Second Amendment to Memorandum of Understanding for the Portage Avenue over Conrail structure replacement.
The city of South Bend processed a second amendment on this project. If you recall, I want to say in May of last year, we had signed the first amendment where it's revising the dollar amount of their share. This dollar amount is the exact amount based on quantities performed in the field. It was about $842 more than what the previous amendment was for, so they had processed a second amendment because they wanted for their filing system for the MOU to be for the exact dollar amount. So this is the second amendment, just outlining again the final dollar amount that they are repaying St. Joseph County for their share of the work on that project.
Any questions or comments? Commissioner Thomas?
Maybe you said it, and I didn't catch. The original cost was contributed to what?
The portage, the work
The
on
Portage
the
Bridge.
portage bridge over Conrail.
What was in the original, our first amendment? What was it covered? This is a cover.
It was, fortunately, I don't have the document in front of me, but
Sidewalks, paths, or?
oh, no, the actual work so it involved, when we replaced the structure, we widened the structure to be sufficient to include sidewalks, their lighting. There was some work off both of approaches that they had requested on their behalf in connection with their trail project. So those were all assets that weren't germane for necessarily the county to pay for, that they did in addition to the project, and they paid for those items.
So they changed the design basically.
They
after
did,
we started.
slightly.
And they're paying all the change or the change?
No,
All
they
the change.
paid 100% of those items.
Change. Thank you. They should. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Yes, there's a motion to approve the second amendment of memorandum of understanding for the Portage Avenue over structure replacement with the city.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next, request approval of 2020 financial service agreement with Center and Company.
Good morning, Bill Shadow, Director of Economic Development, St. Joseph County Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth Office on the 4th, 7th, and 11th floor. Before you is a proposal approved previously by the Redevelopment Commission at their December 10th meeting for financial services with Sender and Company for the 2020 season. Sender and Company provides a variety of services not only to the Redevelopment Commission but also to the Common Council as it relates to tax abatement review and tax abatement approval. We'd have your approval of this proposal. It's an amount but not to exceed $50,000. Questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Are there in fact any questions? Commissioner Thomas?
Thank you. Mr. Shalio, where it says include council reviews, as you mentioned, council, that's outside of the scope from the earlier contract approved in this commission agenda meeting?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve this financial service agreement with Ender and Company.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, request approval of 2020 legal service agreement with Thorn Grotnick LLP.
Before you today is a proposal for legal services to the Redevelopment Commission for Thorn Grodnick LLP. They continue to provide us beyond excellent service and would like to continue that relationship for another year. Their contract rates have been previously approved, and this proposal was approved by the Redevelopment Commission at their December 10th meeting. Any questions? I would be happy to answer.
Are there in fact any questions? Commissioner Thomas?
Yeah, I'd just like to see it not to exceed, but I can understand with all activity, it's kind of hard to pinpoint if you're a year from now in this particular matter. So, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Motion to approve this legal service agreement with Thorn Grodnick LLP.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, request approval of grant consultant advocacy agreement with TAI Ginsberg Associates LLC.
Before you today, a proposal for a grants consultant advocacy agreement, service agreement with TAI Ginsberg and Associates. We've used Matt Ginsberg's team for a number of years now to provide services to the Redevelopment Commission, but also to the county as a whole as we look at grants and other funding opportunities. There's also legislative services that he provides at the DC level that we believe are very advantageous for us. In fact, this week, while we have a Christie grant for some projects that is currently filed, Matt and his team are actually working and with the head of FRA this week, advocating on our behalf for that grant. So we'd ask for your approval of this proposal. It is a not-to-exceed amount, $60,000, and it was previously approved by the Redevelopment Commission. Any questions? I would be happy to answer them.
Are there any questions, comments? Commissioner Thomas?
Thank you. Certainly, I like the not-to-exceed issue. With this, will you be adding this cost to the running total you've been, the IEC?
So, yeah, I'll go back in and look at that. I know it was in last budget, but I can go back in and adjust this contract once approved to that.
That one
running tab.
page you were during its budget. Thank you.
Absolutely, yep.
Thank you. And in the third line, is it Nancy Pelosi referring to, the Honorable Congresswoman of California and Speaker of the House?
The line of which proposal, I'm sorry?
It says,
I know we'd never type that, so I would be surprised where that was in the agreement.
you coordinate support letters from congressional leaders, so that would be Nancy Pelosi, the Honorable Congresswoman from California?
Well, again, we would just use our local congressional leaders, not national leaders from the great Republic of California.
Oh, okay, because I thought when you said leaders, you meant leaders of Congress.
Well,
Our local Congress staff.
for your support.
All right, thank you, sir. Couldn't handle that one there, a little bit too hot, too early in the year. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Yes, the motion for consulting and advocacy agreement with Ty Ginsburg and Associates to help move forward grants.
To approval item, of approval?
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second, we have a motion, a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. No help for Nancy. Across the board. All right, moving to old business. Seeing public comments. Are there any public comments? Mr. Thomas?
It's nice to see Andy Caselli this morning.
It is.
They're looking good.
Those words are said rarely.
I agree.
For those who didn't see, Commissioner Fleming's father was in the obituary, was in Sunday's paper. And what about Mr. Murphy? And then again, your mother.
Thank you.
And anything we forgetting? Okay, thank you.
Any other public comments? Seeing none, I'm going to recess as in order.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Tough luck. We are recessed.